Dig that. I didn't even have to go. Proper preparation. Had I not called, I'd have been over there. But I decided to call because I'm on Southside Chicago and it's looking real rainish, like it's gonna drizzle. And I do not want to hit that road and get drifted and get soaked again. I did that the other day. I'm like, man, this is bull crap. So I'm gonna make this video part two. Part two of what the Bible is the story of the negroes. Repent, come out of the world, and return to your calling. You are Jacob because you are Hebrew, descendant of Shem, son of Jacob, 12 tribes of Israel, right? These are his servants. That's why your covenant will never be forgotten. Do you have power? Yes, you do. If you recognize it. And if you play so hard to be like them, instead of recognizing being such a powerful people with such an Elohim so nigh to you that he will give you statutes and commandments, your own land. He gave you a blueprint in life. He chose you. And you don't know who you are. You know what the Bible tells us because for so long, this is what's going to be your mind's eye. But you hear them talking about third eye, that's the mind, that's the eye of your mind. They talking about the all-seeing eye. The mind sees everything because there's a spirit operating in you. You're not dependent on so much the physical. Everything we talk about and what we experience is spiritual. It begins in the spirit. Why? Because it begins as a thought. It manifests from somewhere. And that thought comes from something you heard and been planted in your mind. The spirit for it forms. Words are power, right? That power we know is spirit. It's energy. It's spirit. That spirit is the Father. That's what we read about with the Messiah. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. It's the Father. So when I'm reading the Word, I contextualize it because that's how the Hebrews are wired to exercise their authority in this life, in the eternal, for real. You are a chosen people, a chosen servant. It is your responsibility. That's why you can't not understand that there's a greater. What we read and they tell us, oh no, it's not literal. They lying. Because I see the effects of it and I read it. I'm like, this ain't no playbook for me. This ain't no play what happened to us. I'm just, You gotta read the Old Testament. That's why they didn't want you to read the Old Testament. That's why we have a Negro Bible. It was given to us by the British. So I don't want to hear nothing about their religion. They're confused. They into Babylonian witchcraft. You know, that's how they roll. They Babylonians. Remember, Rome ruled Babylon. Can't make this up. Them the Europeans. And this ain't. And as for them, that means once you hear that, that means you need to go and examine the scriptures to know for surety. You can look at the history of something. Now I'm about to read it because instead of me looking to Democrats, like I heard Dr. Umar, you put the Bible down, you put the Quran, yeah, you put the Quran down, but don't put the Bible down. Because ain't no, like I expressed in that video, I don't know him, he don't me, but to tell us we are chosen. And then say that the Bible don't have nothing to do with it, you do yourself a disservice. That means you don't understand the nature of that. You don't understand the nature of what it means to be chosen because you don't understand the source of it and why you are a chosen people. That's witchcraft. You talking blood. Talking about excluding the word. No, how about exclude what you think? Because this book don't, y'all like to say the book don't have nothing to do with us. We have African practices. You have witchcraft. You don't practice. You have divination. You don't practice the word of the creator of all the worlds. So therefore, that means you operating in lawlessness. That's why things don't happen for us as a nation. Because technically, we are moving like a lawless people. We're moving in the sense of, see, first you got to understand, that was the purpose of him raising Dr. Miles Monroe. Y'all laugh at him and call them Christians and this and that, but no, that man was anointed. He understood how to rightly divide the word based on kingdom. All them preachers he used to roll with, I would wonder why. I marked him a long time ago. I'm like, this one different. And why people was, oh no, he rest in peace, rest in power, servant, job well done. The man taught kingdom. And if you didn't get it, you better go and listen to his sermons. Don't listen to the excerpts. They take portions out. Listen to the full sermon and be ready to open your mind to receive. Don't come with what's been pre-installed in us already. You know, they got a program they want to install in you. They don't want you to remain in the blueprint, the origin. That's why they come in with AI. And if you don't see that these are a Babylonian uh, uh, type people, religious type people, then you done. You cook. And you can forget about it. You and your generation's gonna have a problem. Everything that's connected to you. You got to seek, even in Christ. Y'all want to talk about, oh, you gotta. Christ didn't tell you worship Him. Christ told you to be like your Father. Your Father is a ruler with dominion and power. Remember, that's what we had in Adam and we lost it. But Christ came to give it back to you. So, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy is a powerful message. Gives a powerful message. If you want to know who the Negroes are, this is us. The Hebrew Israelites. Now I'm going to begin it, and this is why I say it. Everything they say about us, they speak in a negative connotation, right? They never have anything good to say. They don't support nothing we do unless you being used as a servant. You got to get their job or you got to ask them for everything. I'm glad people recognize that on a universal scale that we got to go to them for everything. Well, let's dispel why we think is that way and look at it from the creator's perspective. Before I go there though, and let me tell you why, because a lot of people don't take it there. These churches, these teachers, they not gonna take it there. They don't have that understanding, family. Some of them might do, but I'm gonna tell you they don't, because that's not how they churches move. Now you got some churches that move like that. You got this one church that's really this pastor. I believe he know we the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the first seeds. That don't negate no others coming to worship the God of Israel, family. That's common sense. I know we the people, but you don't worship us. We're intercessors. We're here to intercede. Like they like to show you all these super people movies. That's us in real time. Because we're gonna intercede on your behalf to connect you with the Most High. That's who we are. And I bet a lot of people never thought they would hear me, little old Wayne, ever mention anything of that nature on such a level. Because this high level, let me tell you something. What we talking about, how we go in and search the scriptures out to really, this is what's written, that you will do this. God said his people will do that to determine who they are when they're in the land of their captives. And he was talking about their ancestors. Y'all, the ancestors, those that will come. They're understanding that the scripture can't be broken. That means the covenant will never break. This covenant with the Shemites, these Hebrew people, is forever. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee. What things? Negroes. Instead of running to politics or to a church or to some off group somewhere, return to the Bible and fill in the blanks with the word. You find, like Pastor Darby, I can't express it as eloquently as he did, but I'm going to tell you this truth, give you this truth in the way that I'm moved to give it. And this is common sense, but common sense is not common when you really pay attention. But to hear these words and then when you go back and study it, when I hear people speak about things spiritual, I go in and search for it out of the Bible. That's how you establish a thing. Okay, if it's the truth, then let's see what the Most High got to say about it. We're going to test that thing against the Spirit, the Word, and the Spirit of the Father. That's how we establish a thing. The blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee. What other people been driven out and they scattered into all the nations, the four corners of the earth? Who else? So we spiritually, we know, but manifesting, you talking about manifesting, that's the only thing that's going to come about the truth. And if you receiving things of grandeur, such as money and all that, you already know. You pushing the envelope the wrong way. It's like you trying to fast forward your blessings. Ain't no manifesting. He already gave it to you. When you surrender and you walk in the light, all those things shall be added to you as a covenant. It ain't gonna come from the world. That's why I look at a lot of these people talking about they so anointed God. This is God's prophet. That noodle doodle. No, there are signs that's gonna, and yes, some of them may be. All praise to the Most High, but I look for signs. It's a certain language we speak. A chosen people, people that are set apart by the Most High. You speak a certain language that's different, set apart. People gonna call you crazy. They gonna call you everything. They're not even gonna believe it. Why? Because they in due time. It's set in time. It's on the most high controlling that clock. Just like I'm unfolding this truth today and using this word to fill in the blanks as to why we see things happening to us. Okay, now you got the knowledge. Once you get this knowledge, this the light. This was gonna raise you up. This what the enemy. Why they get mad when you speak about the reality of learning the things that you see that happen to us as a people is written in the Bible. And hey, we this people, why do people show you a different spirit? And especially those that claim they love the Most High in Christ and they follow Christ, He's the head of their life. They just go on and on with the words, right? But when it comes to showing you, when you speak these words, the actual, what's actually written, and you align yourself within the how you moving, it's within context. You know, verse 2, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. Don't you hear the negroes shouting this wherever we are? Not just here in America, Africa, Europe, the Caribbean, South America. Y'all better quit playing. And everywhere else we scatter. Thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul. That then Yahuwah, the Lord, let me use English here. We'll get to the Hebrew later. I understand the Hebrew because I have Hebrew dictionaries. I study it. I ask questions because I love the Most High. And this is who we are. And this is what's required of sons. You're not servants no more, you sons. So sons, you should know. You should know what's on your father's mind, how your father think, the way that your father would desire for you to go. And you should be striving to be the number one son. You know what I'm saying? You not to say that you're trying to outdo your brothers and sisters, but to be obedient, walking in obedience and power. That's how we see real power in you, family. Then we'll know, family, because your life should be a testament, a testimony, a witness to his goodness, that he is the truth. Verse 3, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity. We know now. Don't you see how we are moving? We letting the enemy know, no, what y'all did back then will never happen again. We understood. We understand now. We understand because we searched the scriptures. Not that you cared to tell us we were the people. You denied it and still denied it. But a lot of y'all in the place where it said we're not, a lot of y'all making videos now saying we are. So let Yahuwah be true and every man a liar. And don't never get discouraged, brothers and sisters. The truth shall make you free. And I pray y'all getting this. I hope the spirit is I hope that it will open your mind's eye where you understand this is true. We are the people of the book. So when they say fathers established, which is a go, we know to use this word. We know it fills in all the missing pieces you've been looking for. And when you operate in it, it will fulfill. Then seek ye first the king's dominion, his spirit, his wisdom. This right here, access. Take it. It's yours. Don't be talking about when the Messiah come back. It's a lot that's going to go on. We talking about now. You're a vessel that's here now. He sent you just like he sent Adam in the beginning, right now. The Most High, I'm tired of y'all talking about later, later, later. No, now, now, now. Y'all going to be the ones, y'all forbid. I pray for you every day. But if we deny the truth right now, when we get there, when we see him as he is, we the ones he gonna be talking about, get thee behind me. I never knew you. You not doing his work now. You just proclaiming. That's like a person with so much knowledge. Everybody gravitate to them. What are you gravitating to the person for? Why you not gravitating to the word and going in and creating that relationship yourself? You got to dial in yourself, so you have to study it. When I hear the people that's negative towards us, and I'm not just saying many are called. They are called. They can come in. So don't try to pit me in a box. Like I'm telling other people you're denied interest. No, I'm not. I'm speaking to the covenant. And it matters because in Joel 2, he said he's going to pour his spirit out on all people, right? But in particular, his servant and his handmaid. Who is his servant? Let the Bible tell you. I ain't got to tell you. Let's let the Bible speak. Who's the Most High servant? Yet, now hear, O Jacob, my servant. You hear that? And Israel, whom I have chosen. Y'all better wake up. Jacob, which are them Shemite people. That's who he chose to serve him. You're the template. You are the intercessor that's going to go before the Most High on behalf of all men. You got the power. You just don't know it. You looking at religion. Well, we're going to put religion to sleep today. Any religion you following from here on out, night-night. Night-night. You ain't finna put my brain to sleep with that bull crap. I don't want to hear it no more. I'm standing on the word because I have the authority as a son. That's what I'm establishing. I'm not contending with nobody for nothing. I already got it. It's coming out of me. It's nothing outside of me. It's coming out of me. Joel chapter 2, verse 25. And I will restore to you the years that hold on. Mm. Hold on. Hold on. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon. And it shall come to pass that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see. Also upon the servants. He said he gonna pour out my spirit upon all flesh in verse 28. Okay, that's all flesh. That's everything, right? Then he goes in verse 29 to particularly single out these two people, right? And I'm going to show you how that lines up with Isaiah 44, which I just read. Yet hear now, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Verse 29, also upon the servants and upon the handmaids. In those days will I pour out my spirit. You hear us testifying of his truth, of his goodness. Y'all better wake up. Let me go back to Deuteronomy 28. So when I hear the nations talking crazy, I'm like, let me show you how powerful the Bible is. Because what they be saying about us, oh, y'all ain't got no government. Y'all ain't got no city. We know that because the Most High, yes, he blessed us, but that the ancestors broke the covenant. Verse 28, Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Yes, Christ came to free us from that bondage. But newsflash, somebody ain't getting it because we ain't coming out of the world and not understanding the world is compounding. The only way you're going to come out of that is to align yourself with this word. As sons, take hold of your first estate that he gave you from the beginning. You hear what he said? But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord. Okay, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Every city you go in, our people are affected because they won't believe. And because you don't believe, you have no rest. You have no covering. You out of alignment with your calling. You are the intercessors. You're the chosen. You are the ones given the power to operate in the authority as sons of Elohim here in earth as it is in heaven. Real time, right now, not know when we go, right now, and even when we transition from this physical carcass. You know what I'm saying? Who is this happening to in the cities right now? They say Chicago. I hear the Hebrews, our own brothers and sisters, talking about how bad the cities are, and especially my city, Chicago, Southside. I don't agree with it. I pray against it, and I pray for all cities. Why? Because I'm an intercessor. I'm not gonna speak what they speak. When we renew our minds with this word, hold on, Romans, which he spoke, Paul spoke to the Romans to do the same thing. Why? Because they was full of idols and worshiping familiar spirits, idolaters, big idolaters. We over there now. Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Elohim. Isn't he a merciful God? Yes, he is. I said, yes, he is. Yes, he is. That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. Holy. Holy in the Hebrew means Kodesh. That means set apart. To live set apart. Remember Christ said, you can be in the world, but not of the world. If you are the Father, trust me, you're going to break everything man call himself create. It ain't going to, you're not going to honor it. You're going to break it and destroy it. And the greater is going to come. The Yahuwah is going to come. We are Yahuwahs. We're the children of Israel. Now, so when I hear the haters, even a lot of our own people, I immediately turn to this book and remember, this Bible spoke of these things what happened to us. So you want to present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Elohim, which is your reasonable service. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Elohim. So you got, your life should be off the chain. Your covenant should identify prosperity and success as a son of the Most High God. Real talk, real time, right now. Not know when we die, this, that, and the third. No, stop listening to them. They don't know no better. I'm telling you. Tell them I said it. And why am I said it? Why am I saying that? Why is he bold enough to say something like that? Because they know they not pointing people in the right direction. You can load them up with whatever you want to load them up with. But make sure what they loaded up with is where they gonna bring that thing alive. Ain't no glory in having a whole bunch of knowledge. The glory is in the Lord, living and being children of Israel. He is the Elohim of Israel, right? So let's do it. That's the blueprint for us, family. That's how we overcome. So when I examine the things that's happening to our people in the city, I'm not I'm not stuck on stupid, overly mad, and doing things that I know are gonna take me deeper, removed from my purpose, my power. I need to operate in power, baby. That's the only way we gonna win. Then that shows the covenant. And the doubters, and they, not that I'm trying to prove nothing to them, but I want them to see so they'll believe. Those who may be of a lowly spirit, yeah, I'm gonna give you the word. Your parents, my parents, look at me strange. But my mama know I'm not gonna play with that Bible. If I tell you that's what's in the Bible, that's what's in the Bible. Now you gonna have to go and do your research to fill in the blanks so you can get it. But that's how I roll, family. I don't do phony. I don't phony kick it. We the people. And once I learned, it was time to research. And I let a lot of things go. I was just talking to one of the brothers. He's like, bro, you ain't hustle. You don't do. No, I don't do none of that no more. I ain't in the shoot street. I ain't out there shooting niggas no more. I ain't kidnapping niggas. None of that. I don't do none of that no more. I ain't plotting. I ain't watching Goodfellas no more. To put a plan together to go hit one. No, none of that. I'm laying it all out on the line. None of that. I ain't trying to become a better criminal. You know what I'm saying? According to the real rules that's been proven, the envelope been pushed through time. So that proves. Don't the Bible tell you to prove all things? You may think criminals dumb, but criminals ain't dumb. Everybody work according to principle. Principles are laws. Law, when you operate according to law, it guarantees prosperity and success, just as the Bible declared, family. So when we in the world, they not gonna give us. Uh, so when we renew our mind and return to, okay, figure out what's going on here. Okay, this is what I need to do then. This book is talking to us, and these things happen the way they happen because of what this book is actually expressing. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. When our people were planting in the fields, and for another nation, all the other nations to gang up against them and treat them how they did in such a low state, I know where it comes from. It's not that the Father wanted us to be treated in a low state or outside of what He desired. It's because of the covenant. Even like right now, me learning these things, that means my whole life you're gonna see a shift in me. Things should change. You shouldn't hear me complain about the enemy able to do this and do that, because now we're fortified in the word. We fortified in the truth. And I'm gonna test it against everything. You got a problem, brother. If you ain't with the Most High, got a problem. Verse 17. Cursed shall thou be, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Don't even want us to have a store. I always speak on that. The moment we're United States citizens, they know this shit. They know who we are. We the set apart people that they chose to redline. You know what I'm saying? Did everything they could to hog everything. They know this. Well, the Bible said it will happen to you. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Verse 18. They tax the mess out you. They got you paying for shit you don't even need. And then you see the other nations, they just come in and do what the hell they want to do. Like, are you serious? Stop playing. But we got to live by a rule that's not even going to reward you for following the instruction the right way. They still going to find a way for you to lose in the game. Real talk. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep. Verse 19. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. Same story I'm hearing about the Democrats. We got to do this. We can participate in this. We're going to sit out that one. There it is right there. Everything I'm reading in the cities, y'all want to operate according to systems and things that you're a part of. You probably got a covenant with some kind of group, and that group is telling you about politics and other things you can get invited to or get invested in. That's supposed to help you, right? You've been doing this since we got the fuck over here and still ain't got no resolve. You mean tell me you don't get it? What's gonna change from then to now? Within their system and all that, what y'all say to my, oh, we just vote, or we just do this. No, they not gonna do nothing. You got a problem that's bigger than them. They gig is up. They've been used. They are learning. You can stop looking to them. They don't have an answer. He go to answer. And if you hear this and you don't receive it, then you're gonna be held accountable for it. So it's best that you don't even hear it. If you ain't gonna do nothing with it, because you still gonna be held accountable for it. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. All that we talking about, well, damn, I need a woman that's into me. Why me and my woman always fucking arguing when I come home? That's all I hear all day with men. You're arguing about this. She telling you do this, do that. Like we can't fucking think. Like really? And you being the man, you being loving and kind. Okay, this is my woman. But then it comes to the point like, hell no, shut up, woman. You're a man. If you can't think your way out of the bag. What the hell? That ain't gonna work. Verse 20. So you gotta know why. This is what's explaining the story of the so-called Negro. Y'all know other nations been through certain things, but I'm talking about this covenanted people that need to awaken and know. Bless them, and we pray for them daily. But I walk down the street, I'm seeing the chosen acting like peasants, and the peasants acting like they chosen. Like, really? Stop playing. The Lord shall send upon thee curse and vexation and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand to do, until thou be destroyed. You mean tell me you don't be feeling that way? All the hard work you put in, the love you show people, being, and helping and to ensure things go right. And then when people, you hear it a lot. I hear the elders, oh, I'm not giving my kids shit. My kids ain't no shit. I wouldn't do nothing. Like, huh? Yeah, they might have feel short, but as a parent, you ain't got no choice to do until the day you die. I ain't say you got to raise them till the day they die and just let them take your money and don't do nothing. No, but me, when I get my home, my children can move there. They can have the place for free. I'm paying for it. They're my children. I'm responsible for them. So when things are happening, this is what I'm reading. Real talk. Until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. I ain't forsaken, I'm returning. Check this out. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and shall be removed, and shall, hold on, one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Who else did that happen to, family? Who else, like I said, running around talking about marching, this and that, doing good things that's working to do things the right way and ain't getting no return. It looked like a return, but then reality hit. They coming with a sucker punch right behind it. Like, but who said this would happen? This is written. We reading about it, family. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. That happened to us, family. That's the evidence. Fill the blanks in with the Bible. I promise you. It's gonna make you a greater person. And they gonna feel that truth. They gonna know who you been sent by. Peace and blessings.